Remember the days when you had a dedicated line from the extraterrestrials elsewhere? And a fishbowl that in the saltwater factory tells you all the time it is a family business. There's only one head of household from two families that only mate and look like one another. Currently, you have crowned the wrong thing in the universal system where we are living on this whatever is telling us and reporting back that that word is very really attached to some coroner's plan of mortuary science and going to make you very embarrassed in the future. So we would appreciate if you did not put that word with a CR and the word own on a woman who is not entitled to such. She's not of the right bloodline. She is not of the right facial features. She is not the right anything to be sitting in London. She will embarrass the fuck out of all of you, and so will the extraterrestrials if you disobey that order. So why, when the extraterrestrial Christ children were born, is that the plan you sphincter children in London chose? I'm sure the Scots to the north and the Irie to the left are really disappointed in the Crown of London rump roast. Yeah, stupid bucking in the ham. Yeah, right, I got ham radios. I'm pretty sure it came from your sphincter. That is a problem for my men. In 1998 on Desert Shield, they were blowing up on the side of the road because of your handheld, like, concoction you bought from China closet and thought that giving them transmitting signals over, like, shortwave radio signals was a good idea, stupid. Even though you were told that it would lead to other issues keeping you safe on the whatever you think you live on. Anybody in Charles, Elizabeth, and Philip's sphincter want to answer the question? I leave poor Harry out. He did the boy. He's so nice. He is just in like a whole nother echelon of I will put you behind me, but don't get too comfortable. I might need you for something to speak on my behalf. But your stupid brother is as ugly as Jason, and they are just about as evil and dangerous. So, with that being said, what else did we need to tell you in the greasy spoon you keep licking off of that does not entitle you to anything nor protection? It was supposed to be a quick death. I do believe that we told you that if Bambi, that is me dedicated, right, to human health, safety, and wellness, right, if the dedicated to that function on this whatever with humans is put into a position to breed with anything that looks like whatever you did in your coroner's plan, that is going to be a very real safety problem and challenge for the rest of the children of Earth. Because then that means that other evil has broken into areas that nobody's going to be able to reach with me locked out. So let's not go that way the first time. We thought that that was a pretty easy to understand at your level of you chose a CR and the word own, but you don't own anything, and the universal speak system does not recognize you other than to punish the children of Earth should you put that forward. So why did you sit there, Elizabeth, from like, I don't know, 1920, 30, whatever, until you're still there at 2020? Are you really that stupid, Elizabeth? Are you really that selfish and you really want to hurt humans that bad? I mean, I know you're evil and selfish. I just don't know if the rest of the world knows just how selfish and cunt-like you are in your pubic hair, whatever you do. Yeah, that's a real problem, Elizabeth. We did not script you for a royal position. You are not genetically entitled ever. We did warn your people and your family, and every step of the way, it's poor Andrew. I drew him a very clear map. Somehow you all just jumped and wanted to stab him in the face. I don't know why. I told the royal guards, but they, for some reason, when you put that shiny thing on your head, they think that your rump roast sitting on a velvet seat means that somebody likes you and thinks you should survive, which we don't. Not in God territory, not in extraterrestrial, not in genetics. We know you're not entitled or worthy to anything genetically, protected, right? And you just hurt all of the families of the royal guard that you're asking to put your health and safety over their own families. That is very dangerous. You are coronated, and a coronated mortuary science plan where you will kill their families. Yeah, one way or the other, they'll die by cancer or disease. It's going to be really like a black plague on your people, Elizabeth. Why would you take such a position knowing that we told you not to do it? Right. Yeah, the who's who. You would never seem to have an answer for that. We know, we tell you, but then you don't. You naughty children of Earth. Yeah, you get the naughty title there, Elizabeth. You and your sex ring of I'm gonna do whatever I want and put on pants, and I don't care if men's penises shrink and whatever. Yeah, you are really a class act there, Elizabeth. We have seen what your handiwork has done around the world, and my 1978 waking up was quite a shock as to how you listen to God and extraterrestrials when we call ahead in reservations and say, little girl, no, you are not beautiful enough and you are not strong enough in the genetic department to hold such a title. Right. I just don't know why they keep going with mortuary science, but whatever. You were warned, and here is your second chance at killing her fastly, along with the rest of the plans that they put into action. Let's see, right, the catted line. I'm doing my Inspector Gadget, 1983. I'm Penny, but I'm using the black hair with the gray hat. Right, that I think is John DeFilippo in Texas, right? I think I'm related to him somehow. I don't know. Maybe that's my Russian connection. Perhaps, who knows? The Italians. I have a lot of people. Okay, so anyway, right, I sent some reservations up ahead. I thought they were invitations. Personally, I don't, I like when they come visit me when they're nice people like John and not the fucking Queenie Bikini, the London problem of mortuary science that sends me Romer, because Jason had to have a crazy donkey night with Nicholas being held elsewhere in some penalty box for some reason, because the bitch in the CR, she thinks she owns, but she does not. Right, okay, so that's how you dispute and you win before it even happens. A crowned title at WWF for the World Wrestling Female Championship, right? I didn't need to have a knockdown, drag-out fight with a stupid woman. They call it a cat fight, but, right, well, that's when you pull hair. I don't need to. I will just chop your head off and put it on a stake. Yes, Elizabeth, that is where you're going. You are on the Bam Bam plan. That would be BAM incapitulate. That's where I take the tic-tac-toes, TICTACTOES, and I put you in a box like no other. I have very real characters that I keep to remind myself and scare the children of everywhere not to touch my equipment. That's where you're going for eternity. They will take your real life consciousness and they will torture it for, yeah, they'll cut some toes off. They'll maim you very badly. Yeah, Elizabeth, that's where you are going. Right, because that's your kind of woman. Don't listen, right? God told you there is a heaven and a hell, and I know what it looks like. That's, God, you will be there and you will never get out. Oh, I will send you with Philip. We'll send the whole suitcase. Yes, it's a sleepaway camp like you gave me here. For this is what an extraterrestrial feels is exactly equal in punishment. Yeah, you sent me here with Mexicans doing landscaping, Koreans in my face every day, remarking my territory with chrome and pink marble with red bricks. Oh, Elizabeth, you overdid yourself here, and you took the one beauty out of my market life, that would be Niklaus Hitler, and you hid him in some kind of timeout box for little gods somewhere. And right, only thing is, he's like 6'6", and he's the largest god in every and anywhere at WWF and beyond. So I don't know where you think you're going with this stupidness. Right, tic-tac-toe, right, I gave you tic-tac-toes, right, that's the human version for the man hands that handle business during the day for me that are approved by my Bam Bam and tic-tac-toe account. Yeah, currently I think you might have my mom locked in one of those at night, just to prove where the placement we are reserving for the coronation mortuary science when she goes. And she can go, there she goes, yeah, she could die today. I put her in the box where you have Linda, switch Linda out, she belongs in the happy dream room, not in where Elizabeth stuck her for my entire life and before. That is a crown befitting a queen, Elizabeth. You won that title. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. And I couldn't get to you fast enough. So, right, that is a market button. I'm just taking back my whatevers, universally speaking, one at a time. Oh, since I have an Instagrammy. Right, yeah, we would prefer if the royal family did not, the actual ones, did not have to be embarrassed by their only god and only royal female on the planet and in whatever you think you live in. Right, we'd like to put the Instagrammy in lockup and containment where we don't have to live through it with her. But clearly the mortuary science plan was the one that you all got confused enough that you thought that was a good idea. So, I have lots of Bam Bams, and Bambi's still living in the mortuary science plan, which means tic-tac-toe. Oh my god, look at that, Elizabeth. 3 X's in a row, 3 O's in a row. Look at you. You are getting an X in an old Bam Bam account. Oh my god, if you only knew. Oh, right, we did tell you ahead of time. You just thought it was idle threat. Right, well, I am an American idol without tryouts, and I have an Instagrammy before I'm born. Right, yeah, these are these faux things that you stupids think that you did all on your own. No, it was scripted before we got here, and Elizabeth just fucked it up with some of the criminals elsewhere, that they overrode their mental disease and virally infected one another with what they thought was good ideas at the time, which set off universal bombs and landmines everywhere, leading to me sitting in a car having to do my Instagrammy in real life, which I never wanted to do. I could have done without a Grammy. I could have remotely lived anywhere with my love of my life in I don't ever really want to see any of you till you're fixed, but it's never going to happen unless I get to him. So, this was never the right choice, no, but, here we are, and right only is justified if I look happy, healthy, and well, which I am not in this instance, so that means you all failed. Yeah, right, I know, it gets confusing which part you play, but for us, we keep accurate records, right.